Hi, I'm Lilo, and today I am starting a digital K-pop journal. I've never been the most creative person, so this is sort of out of the box for me. I think I never did physical journaling because materials are expensive, and where I live, they're hard to come by. We don't have any craft stores nearby or anything like that. And so when I found out what digital journaling was a couple of days ago, I was like, whoa! This could work for me. This could be like a coping mechanism for me because I haven't been the best mentally lately. So I decided, why not make videos and document my progress as I learn how to do this fun stuff. So here we are, and if you'd like to stick around, stick around. I started off by picking a color palette, as you can see. I just wanted sort of like a muted green and brown, and so I went with that one. Next, I went to my browser and I searched up a color picker from image website so that I could get the hex codes from the color palette. Then I went into Fonto and I typed my text, and then I put some of the greens and browns into Fonto so that they could be the color of my text in like a gradient going downwards. Then I put the text into GoodNotes, and I realized that I made a grave mistake, but I chose not to fix it. And then I went and I selected all of the images that I wanted. I just sort of wanted to have them all laid out so that I could kind of like mess around with them and figure out where I wanted them to go. Then I brought out this cute little schnauzer sticker thing, and I had to face my fears and use the freehand crop tool. I hate the damn thing. I hate it so much. But, you know, I worked with it and I did my best. Really screwed up there, but I did my best, and that's what matters. We'll get better over time. That's what this is about, right? It's about learning as we go and figuring things out together. Yep. That's what we're doing. And then I brought out these little Polaroid picture things, and I had to freehand crop those too. I kind of did so like an idiot. I forgot that the rectangular crop was a thing. I figured that out later, and you'll see when. Then I tried to fit little Namjoon in the Polaroid box. I even stretched him out and everything, but it just wasn't gonna work. I thought that if I stretched him out, it wouldn't look that bad. It did look that bad. And so instead, I brought out Armin, who is throwing his hood up, you know, time to regulate on a bitch.
Then throw your hoods up. It's time to regulate on a bitch.
Then I just cropped him a little bit so that he would fit in the Polaroid. Like Namjoon failed to. And then I got this little wheat thingy, and then I wanted to put it behind the schnauzer, but I realized, hey, I have to make that before the schnauzer, and then I have to copy and paste the schnauzer. And so I pasted a little homie over, and everything was good and fine. GoodNotes, please fix your layering system. I don't know how long I can do this, okay? I just started and I'm already over this layering thing. Then I just did a little homie into the corner of Namjoon's picture, and I thought he looked really cute there. I still do. I think that's the thing I'm most proud about of this spread. That's like the golden moment of my first spread. I'm glad I documented this. And then I got this tape looking sticker thing, and then I put it on Namjoon, and then I was like, you know, I don't really like how that looks. And so I got rid of it. Here you can see me struggling to find the little washi tape things that I wanted. Yep, it takes me a minute. Oh, there you go! You got it! Yay! Okay, and then I was also really stupid here. And I freehand cropped these little tape things too, which I realized later on, hey, that's really stupid, you shouldn't do that, you should just use the rectangular crop instead of making things harder for yourself. We learn. You see me struggling again, but I find these little emoticon things, which I absolutely love. And then I cropped one out. This is when I realized that I could have used the rectangle crop the whole time. This was like the moment I was like, oh my god, it was so stupid. And then I put that little guy down on Aaron, you know. I felt like it screamed Aaron to me. And then I don't even know how to explain what I'm doing here. Then I got these little washi tapes, and, you know, I learned from my mistakes, and I rectangle cropped it. Then, once I placed it down, I realized, you know what, this is actually kind of ugly. And so I removed that little background that I have on Aaron, and I was like, does it look better like that? And I was like, no, that makes it look so much worse. And so I put the little background back, got rid of the little washi tape, and I ended up replacing the washi tape with a better looking washi tape. Then, I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, I'm getting a little cat so that I can put it on one of the corners of Aaron. I got that little one because I thought he would look really cute in, like, the corner. Yeah, and so I cropped him. I wasn't very afraid of freehand cropping him because I think I have learned enough when doing this spread that I was like, okay, I can do this. I'm ready to face my fears. And then I put the little cat in the corner, and I did clean up the edges a little bit, I think. Yeah, I did clean up the edges a little bit. I just wanted to get some of that white off because you could kind of see it and it was pretty noticeable, and I was like, oh, I hate that. And so I got rid of the worst of it and then rolled with it. Then I decided it was time to fix that horrendous text that I screwed up on earlier, and so I did that. I went back into Fonto, typed the text, got the font, sized it, you know, changed the color of the text back to the greens and browns that I wanted. I gave it a little outline, lowered the opacity of that outline, and then I decided to write it again and put it in like a more stretched out cursive font, and then I put it like sort of below the first font. That was a mouthful. I'm sorry. Then it was finally time to get rid of the ugly font that didn't work out, and then I placed the new one right up there in its place, and I was very particular about where I placed it, and you can see that I was very specific about where I wanted it to go because I took forever to finally settle on a place for it to go. Then I got the little tape set again. I'd learned from my mistake. I used the rectangle crop, and I just cropped out the one I wanted. I decided to make like little divots in the side, so that it looked like it was like torn tape. And then I placed that little guy on top of Namjoon, and I thought it looked really good there. And then I took another little emoticon, and I put it on the bottom of Namjoon, which I also think was a pretty good choice. I think that using those little emoticons is like a tape looking thing. I think that's really cute. I like that. Yeah, and I placed it right by the little schnauzer. Sorry, and then I got some little flowers and I sized them down and I put them on Armin. And then I said, you know what? That ugly tape from earlier? I can put that on the flowers and make it look like it's keeping the little flowers in place. See? Look, I gave Armin, a little tape to tape on his flowers, keep them steady for him. Then I split screened things and I decided it was time to enter all of the colors from our color palette into my pen colors on GoodNotes, and that took a hot minute. But once it was done, and then I started drawing little lines everywhere with the silver color, finding out what looked stupid and what didn't. That looked stupid, so obviously that didn't work. Yeah, that actually looks pretty nice. Yeah, and so I tried to figure out what was stupid, what wasn't. Just outlining. And then I put a little smiley in Namjoon's umbrella. And then I chose one of the darker browns that was on the color palette, and I sized up my brush a little, and then I decided to outline the schnauzer. I didn't really know if I would like how it looked. At first I was like, I'm gonna hate how this looks, but I'll just try it. And then I actually really ended up liking how he looked outlined. Yeah, I started drawing lines on Armin and stuff and just hoping that it worked out. And it did. I kept them eventually. I think I kept them. Yeah. And then I did more little doodles everywhere. I gave Aaron angry eyebrows, outlined the cat a little bit, drew a little star, and then I started actually writing. I know my handwriting looks like chicken scratch. It's something I'm working on, okay? I'm sure I'll improve over time, and we'll see my progress with my handwriting as well as my journaling skills over time together. Then I just sort of rearranged all of my text. And then more little doodles. Here's a better look at the angry Aaron eyebrows, by the way. I got rid of them. I really shouldn't have, though. They were funny. Then I tried writing Namjoon's name on, his side, but it looked really bad, sideways. And so I ended up, rearranging the letters and, flipping them, and yeah. Then I started writing down the actual songs on my playlist, since that's what this spread was about. It was about songs that are on my November playlist. They aren't necessarily fall themed or November vibes. They're actually quite the opposite, some of them, but they're just songs that are on repeat for me right now. This is when I realized that a dot after the number was more effective than the dash, because then I could put a dash between the artists. And so I went through and I switched the dashes next to the numbers to dots, and I switched the commas next to artists and title tracks to dashes. That doesn't make much sense. I know. And this is what the final spread looked like. This is what I ended up with. And here's the whole spread from a distant view. I think I did pretty good for my first try. If you want to follow me on any of my socials, they are in the left-hand bottom corner. The Instagram was made specifically for digital journaling, so yeah, I'm excited to see what I can create in the future. Thank you for tagging along with me, and I hope to see you along the journey.